What is going on, guys? I'm Director Nat, back for another Amphibia reaction, and today we are checking out Season 2, Episode 6. And let me tell you, I am really ready for this episode because this one is called Marcy at the Gates, and I have been waiting for this for so long. I tried to be very careful about not looking at the thumbnail while I was queuing up the episode, but I did accidentally move the mouse over to the timeline, so I saw a brief image of Marcy, but I don't know if this is going to be her in the present or if it's going to be a flashback episode catching us up on what she's been up to. I don't know if she and Anne are gonna run into each other, but honestly I don't care because I'm so ready to meet Marcy, to see what she's like, what her relationship to Anne is, what she's been doing all this time. If you've seen my previous reactions, you know that a couple of times I've commented on the picture of the three of them, and what I kind of drew from that is that Anne is totally obsessed with Sasha, which we have seen in other flashbacks, and the way Marcy was looking over, it's that I thought maybe she sees through Sasha, or is at least aware of her behavior a little more than Anne is, but she likes Anne, so that's what keeps the three of them together. But then, of course, the other day I rewatched the very first episode where we see a glimpse of Marcy in the flashback, and she's kind of looking through the thrift store window in a very similar manner to Sasha. So if I had to guess now, I would say that maybe Marcy is the halfway point between Anne and Sasha. Like, on the one side, we've got Anne, who is our totally lovable protagonist, and on the other side, we've got Sasha, who is our antagonist. So maybe Marcy is somewhere in the middle. Maybe she has some of the same problems that Sasha did, but she and Anne were technically better friends, so we'll maybe get a little redemption for her, or at least see more of her good qualities. And you guys know I like to be honest. I have had probably some spoilers about what's to come. Like, I know that a lot of people ship Anne and Marcy, so I don't know if they like actually become a couple by the end of the season, or if there's maybe some romantic tension. Like, I don't know, because I see this show brought up a lot when we're talking about LGBT representation in cartoons, but I don't know how far they actually got with that in this season or what the deal is, but there's only one way to find out, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just get right into this because I've waited long enough. It's interesting that we're getting the theme song, because normally when it's a double-length episode, they skip the theme song, though that there's more time. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum ba da da dum ba dum ba bum ba ba da dum ba dum bum bum ba dum ba da da dum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba. And yeah, I'm guessing that's meant to be Marcy in the background. They're really building up, so let's see what we've got. Marcy at the Gates.
Utopia!
Oh!
Believe it. It's been a long journey, but we're finally almost there.
Finally!
We've been traveling Amphibia for weeks. I thought there'd be some sign of Marcy by now, but nothing.
Au contraire, my little fish stick.
Maybe that's a good thing. Your last friend was kinda totally evil.
Hey, Sasha and I might be going through a rough patch, but that doesn't mean I don't care about her.
Okay.
Also, Marcy is completely different from Sasha.
Okay.
Boom! Just cleared New Game Plus.
Whoa!
Thanks, Anne.
Hey, no problem.
Marcy, Sasha, Anne, you lose.
One of these days, she's gonna get herself killed.
Oh, don't say that. What for?
Oh, man. Huh. Where'd I be without you?
Marcy!
I did it again, didn't I?
She was super smart, but super oblivious. And insanely clumsy. Like, maybe the clumsiest person alive.
Wow, that must be horrible.
Back home, we were there to protect her, but here, she's alone.
Oh.
She could get mauled by an elephant scarab, or crushed to death by a heron, or worse, flayed alive by a...
Not helping.
His head smashed in and his heart cut out and his liver removed and his bowels unplugged and his nostrils raped and his bottom burnt off and his...
That's enough music for now, lads.
All joking aside, so yeah, it kind of seems like Marcy was similar to Sasha in that she kind of took advantage of Anne, but in a slightly different way. Like, Sasha is just, you know, mean and manipulative and very intentional about what she does. Like, her strategy is getting people to love her so that they'll do what they want. But Marcy seems to, you know, she is kind of taking advantage of Anne, and that Anne is always looking out for her, but she's kind of oblivious and just kind of ignorant about it because she's so obsessed with everything else that she's doing, but I do kind of like her so far, and I think that, you know, it's sweet how much Anne seems to care about her. So, but yeah, that does bring up a lot of questions about what she has been up to in Amphibia, and hopefully we get some answers on that. So let's keep going. Oh, is that it? Is that it?
There she is, gang. Newtopia.
Okay.
Huh? Hey, what do you think made these holes?
Better not to ask. Come on.
I feel like this is gonna come back later.
So self-aware.
The city is closed to all outsiders.
What the hey? Why? To win!
Until the barbarians are gone, of course.
Good luck out there. Yeah, stupid handle.
They closed the whole city because of a few little ants?
Oh, barbary ant.
1, 2, 3!
Oh, it did come back later.
Starting to feel a bit antsy.
Aha! Oh. Oh, so this is where she's been.
That's one cool newt.
Wait a second. Utopian rope can hold an average human girl for 2.3 seconds. Increase the tensile strength.
Marcy?
And
Marcy!
Anne!
Oh!
You, me, here!
I know, I missed you so much.
Oh, I missed you too.
Oh. Oh.
It's nuts. This is real.
Yeah, very real.
Sorry. Oh man, I've really grown out of here, Anne. No more clumsy, klutzy Marcy. Can you believe it?
Your cloak's on fire.
How?
Don't swing it around.
So, Anne, who's your friend?
Are they your surrogate frog family? Did they find you and take you in? Oh, I love the found family trope. Gosh, this is
Oh my god. I can tell I'm gonna love her so much.
Have you played it? Do you want to play it? Do you want to borrow it? Just say the word and I'll lend you my copy. Man, it'll change your lives.
Anne?
Yep. As I thought, 62 centimeters.
Yep, all brain.
I've been studying amphibia history, and farm culture is super underappreciated in my opinion. You're the backbone of society.
So everyone loves her except Sprig, because he jelly.
I'd say those legs should be coming in about 2 months, give or take. Can I get that
Wow.
in writing?
Another 2-month deadline.
Wow, I've never seen a frog your color before. You're not poisonous, are you?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I literally actually don't know.
I will iodine that later. So, what about you?
Marmar? Have you been in Utopia this
Marmar.
whole time?
Remember that game I tried to get you and Sasha to play, Creatures and Caverns?
No.
Well, it's not. Newts are just like cephalons. From Shadows of Zelnoth! Anyway, I just roleplayed like your typical...
I relate so much to Anne and Marcy in the scene. Like, I have been both the fanboy, geeking out about something I love, and I've also been the recipient of someone nerding out to me when I have no idea what they were talking about. It's a give and take thing, so I love it.
Luckily, we've got a plan. Come on!
Hop, hop. Birthday. Make it happen.
What we need is a direct frontal assault. And I'm telling you, Bartley, a sneak attack is what's called for. Yeah, well, you're both wrong. We need to learn how to communicate with our ant brethren and live in sweet, sweet harmony.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, shut up, Blair. You shut up.
Hit someone with a book about pacifism. I'm gonna find a book about pacifism now.
And this is my friend Anne. Ow.
Sorry, just still can't believe you're here.
Anne, quit it. All right. Anne, do you remember when we studied insect migration patterns in biology class?
Nope.
Wait, you work directly for the king of Amphibia?
Sprig, behave yourself.
I didn't even know you guys had a king.
Well, duh. We're not anarchists, Anne.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, plan is we're gonna sneak behind Anne's and drive, but we will have to fight our way through a bloodthirsty horde of ants.
My interest has been restored.
My interest has been restored.
Marbles? This sounds pretty dangerous.
Marbles? Oh my god.
We did stuff like this all the time in the valley.
To the max.
Oh, come on, Anna Banana. I'll be fine. I changed, remember?
Your cape's on fire again.
Fire! Somebody do something!
Wow. I love these two so much already. Like, they're so different, but they also have a lot of things in common. Like, Marcy is always geeking out about stuff, and Anne can't stop geeking out about Marcy.
What's your problem?
Me? Well, to be honest, my cholesterol's been a little...
Not you.
Surely you don't trust this Marcy person.
I do.
With my life, actually.
I mean, look, Sprig. She's clearly harmless.
You guys with me?
Still no.
Can't say I agree, but you do your thing.
Fine.
You guys coming?
What, us? We're analysts. We don't do field work.
And what's wrong with field work? I'll have you know we farmers are the backbone of society.
Weirdos.
Okay, we should be arriving there shortly.
Marcy!
Well,
Oh
down the
yeah.
hatch.
Anne's finally gonna get fed up about having to look out for her.
This is gonna be a cinch, guys. Trust me, I know these tunnels better than anyone. Thanks.
You'll be safer in the back.
I gotta say, I do feel pretty safe back here.
Why me? Ow! Why always me?
I gotta say, I like these creature designs.
Yeah, on it.
Oh, it's pretty good. You survived.
Yeah.
Isn't vegetation in Amphibia just the coolest?
You think vegetables are cool? Marcy, how'd you like to be adopted?
It's just like in the Owl House, like every time Luz meets a new character her age or makes a new friend, the fandom is always like, Ida, you gotta adopt this new kid. Aw.
I was about to get out of the way myself.
No, you weren't. I have to protect you, like I always do. Just like back home.
But we're not back home, Anne. And I've been doing just fine by myself.
Yeah, but... You just stay here.
Anne, only I've studied barbarian biology.
I can handle it.
Why would you just let me go?
Because I just got you back, okay? And I don't want to lose you again.
You won't. I promise.
Okay, go. You got this.
See you on the other side.
Who knew these ants were so bouncy?
I did, 'cause I studied them.
I can't watch.
Oh yeah.
Trustworthy.
Not looking forward to being... 3, 2, 1...
Oh, how has she kept her phone charged all this time? Like, we got an explanation for Anne, but you know what? I should just pay attention to the explosions. Explosions are cool. Hey, there they go.
It actually smells kind of nice.
I mean, it will liquefy your lungs if you breathe too much of it, so...
Well, time to go.
Thanks for having my back.
Not that you needed it. You're right. You really have changed.
You're on fire again.
What? No, come on! There wasn't even any fire this time!
Hey, they can go inside now, so I guess next episode we might be getting some answers?
Who's ready to go to Newtopia and write up a detailed report?
Yeah! Wait, what?
A report?
Ooh!
Mighty impressive.
I love it.
Well met, Lady Olivia.
Ah, still fresh, I see.
Ew.
Lady Olivia? Meet Anne, one of the friends I was telling you about.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Anne.
You too, dude. Oh, I mean, a lady.
Hello, we can bow too.
Your Highness.
Whoa.
Oh.
We don't do that, yeah.
This is an old city, but one rich in history and splendor. Please don't touch anything that looks important.
Hey, look what I did.
Okay.
Do enjoy your stay.
I feel like she's on a short fuse.
How'd you get so smart? What's your cloak made out of? What's in this pouch? Where'd you get that wrist thing? What was Anne like back home?
First things first, though, we have to find Sasha.
Oh, actually, I did find Sasha. We had a fight.
No. Was it bad?
There were maybe some swords, minor explosions. Anyways, so what now?
I don't know. Back home, Sasha always decided the plan.
Yeah, maybe it's time we started making our own decisions.
Yeah.
Come on, Anne. Let me see that power pose.
This good?
Good enough. I'm Marcy Wu.
And I'm Anne Troy.
And together, we're gonna find Sasha and find a way home.
I totally thought they were gonna fall in.
You got any photos?
Do I? Here's me and Domino too. She tried to eat us. Here's me and Sprig by the lake. There was a snake that tried to eat us. Here's us running from a giant centipede that...
Let me guess. Tried to eat you?
How did you...
The pieces are starting to fall into place.
That voice is familiar.
It's time for the game to begin.
I knew it was too easy. I'm gonna take the end credits to process all of my thoughts so that I can... Oh, never mind. I accidentally skipped out of the credits somehow, so I'll just go ahead and get my thoughts now. Okay, guys, that was Amphibia Season 2, Episode 6, Marcy at the Gates. I loved this episode so much. Now, obviously, she's not totally what I expected, but to be fair, up until this point, we really didn't have anything to go on besides overanalyzing her photo and the few clips she appeared in. But I loved her personality so much. She, like, nerds out about everything. She's surprisingly agile and technically capable. She's also very clumsy, but kind of in an adorable way, so I love her so much already after just one episode, just like I loved Sasha after just one episode. But in this case, we actually got a full-length episode, and I love this because, don't get me wrong, I'm totally fine with the 11-minute 2-segment format, but I'm just more used to 22-minute cartoon episodes, so I love when they're able to do that and draw out the plot of the episode. It especially helped here because they like had the main conflict, and then they had a few extra minutes afterwards to like really allow Anne and Marcy to catch up and bring the episode to a close in a satisfying way while also setting up what was going to happen next. And that is what I was kind of wondering, is because once Sprig declared that he fully trusted Marcy and everyone agrees how much they love her, that's when I was suddenly like, oh, wait a minute. What if they're making it to where Sasha is like the really obviously bad one, but then Marcy is secretly bad and just pretending to be really cool? But I do believe that Marcy is genuine, but probably being manipulated by the king or whoever these shadowy figures are. Which, by the way, I need to check that voice actor. Well, then again, I'm not really sure how I would check the voice actor because I don't even know what the character's name was. But if we see the character again and get a name, and then I'm more easily able to check who the voice actor is, and I will, because that voice did sound really familiar. Or if you guys know and you just want to go ahead and let me know which voice actor it was, feel free to comment down below. Maybe I know them from something else and I'm just not thinking of it at the moment. But yeah, that ending gives a lot more to look forward to because, you know, I've said several times up to this point that although I really love Grimes, Sasha, and the other Toads, I just couldn't really see them as being the main villains of the series, or at least, you know, they were working their way. Like, the last episode we saw Grimes and Sasha in, they had, you know, recommitted themselves to taking over all of Amphibia, which is what they're heading to Newtopia for, so we'll probably be seeing them again. And I thought maybe this mysterious robot and ancient technology and the Calamity Box would somehow come together. Maybe that's how they become the main villains. But it actually seems that the people who rule Newtopia are actually the bad guys, which makes sense because Grimes did once answer to them, and maybe, you know, since they're like the center of this world, maybe they have answers about this technology and what the Calamity Box can do. And they literally have a game board, chess board, where they've got like Marcy and Anne as pieces in a game. They're like pulling some Sherlock Holmes, Grand Admiral Thrawn stuff on us, so oh well. So now that I've geeked out about the end of the episode, why don't we go back to the beginning and kind of take everything one at a time. So it was totally surprised at the beginning when we finally arrived at Newtopia, because it's been taking so long at this point. I thought that meant that maybe they wouldn't get there until like the mid-season finale or something. So it was cool that we got here, but it was also really smart that they made us wait outside the gates of the city and just catch a glimpse of what's within to like build up our anticipation for when we finally go inside. It made the end of the episode a lot more satisfying. It was also smart that they started with the picture of Anne looking at Sasha and Marcy, and the moment I saw that, I was starting to think that Sprig would be jealous in this episode, which did come true, because like I said, I rewatched the first episode the other day, and in that episode she was like looking at her picture of her friend, and that's when Sprig first offered, why don't I be your friend in the meantime? So it made sense that if we get to Marcy and she's actually a good friend as opposed to Sasha, that Sprig would be worried. It's like, oh, does she not need me to be her friend anymore? So I like that they started the episode that way, and I like how they followed through on it. And then the flashback where we see what Anne's friendship was like with Marcy, I also really liked that because it's kind of the same situation but in a different way as her friendship with Sasha, which really makes me kind of feel bad for Anne, because like her two closest friends like are both ones that she had to go out of her way to please or help in some way. Like with Sasha's case, it was just that Sasha was using her, and Anne actually had to do whatever she wanted just to keep being her friend. But in Marcy's case, like Marcy didn't do it on purpose. She was just, you know, kind of oblivious and very clumsy, to where Anne, you know, became very protective of her, which that is honestly so adorable. And as I said, I know that people ship these two characters, and it seems that, you know, they are very close friends. I don't know if they're a confirmed couple by the end of this season. I don't even know if they're like going to develop romantic feelings, but either way, I love them because they're so adorable and they work so well off each other. So yeah, I ship them if that is the direction we're going in. And yeah, Marcy's just so relatable too. I mean, if you just look at my bookshelf, like that's not even the only bookshelf. Like there are two other giant shelves over here that you can't see with like a ton of stuff. So like that's basically what I would be like. I've been both Marcy and Anne. I've been the person geeking out about something that only I know about, and I've also been on the receiving end of not knowing what the heck the other person to talk about. That's just the name of the game when you're a nerd. But yeah, I just all of those scenes are so entertaining. And you know, I've said before, I love the animation and the colors in this show, and this season has really taken it up a notch with the animation quality. But this is actually a very beautiful episode. Like the blue sky, the water, the design of Newtopia. Once again, the art department and the animators just deserve major props for all of their work on this episode. I didn't think about it until now, but that moment where the newt opens the little door and says they're not allowed to come in kind of reminds me of that scene from The Wizard of Oz, where the guy at the gate is initially not going to let them in to see the wizard until Dorothy gets like really upset about it. And you know me, I love being able to make references and connections, and Wizard of Oz is easily one of my favorite movies of all time. So, and I loved Marcy's introduction. I like her design. I like what she was wearing. I like how they kept her in mystery until she finally revealed herself to Anne. Their reunion was so adorable. Can I just say how much I love all the nicknames that Anne has for Marcy? Marbles. It's literally too adorable. I'm sorry. This is just the stuff I love with character interactions in these kind of shows. I mean, go watch my Owl House reactions if you don't believe me. And that was one of my concerns, is that when seeing how focused Marcy can get on something, and that, you know, she's just kind of oblivious a lot of times, it made me worry that it was going to be a situation where Anne cares about her way more than Marcy cares about Anne, kind of like a Sasha situation. But thankfully that's not the case, because at the end of the episode, when, you know, they're talking about their problems with each other, you know, and Anne says that she really doesn't want to lose her, that's when Marcy, you know, it really snaps to her, and she's like comforting Anne and telling her that everything's going to be okay. So they both do really care about each other. It's just, you know, Marcy maybe takes a little longer to show it in the same way that Anne would. So that was a huge relief. So yeah, if you take nothing else away from this, is that I love Marcy so much already, and I cannot wait to see more of her. And I'm glad that she and Anne are actually together, because that means we're going to see her more regularly than we've seen Sasha. And I'm not the only one. Anne clearly loves Marcy. The planters love Marcy. Sprig came to love her by the end. which, again, I'm just going to be honest so that I don't deceive you guys or that I don't give a fake reaction, but I have been kind of given certain spoilers that something bad happens to a character. Based on how this is going, I'm starting to get a better idea of which character that's going to be. But again, I don't know totally for sure, and I don't know the context of what leads to it, but, you know, it was just hard to avoid all of those spoilers at the time that the season finale was coming out. But again, at least having the general idea and wanting to know the context makes me more excited to get to the season finale. And you know, it makes me more invested in these scenes, like loving these characters so much and having an idea of where they're heading. So in this case, it's almost like, you know, having spoilers isn't totally a bad thing. But yeah, so that makes me more eager to get to the end of the season. But I'm trying not to rush through it. Like, I'm taking these episodes one at a time, but still trying to get caught up at a fairly steady pace so that I can react to season 3 as it comes out. And yeah, once I actually started going after these ant creatures, you know, I just loved the central conflict with Anne and Marcy, because obviously it's adorable and it's heartwarming to see them care about each other so much, but you know, they each had to learn something. Anne had to learn to trust and have faith in Marcy that she can handle herself, and Marcy, you know, had to, you know, realize just how much Anne cares about her and to assure her that everything is going to be okay. So all that stuff and all the interactions and moments that came with it were great, and the final confrontation with the Queen and Marcy, like having her plan come together, was a lot of fun to watch. And poor Sprig, like, he came really close to dying twice. So oh dang, could he be the character who they're leading to a dark fate with? Probably not, but again, I won't know for sure until I get to the end of the season. And yeah, once we get inside the city, like, I really love how they handled the end of this, because once they got to that, I like thought that, okay, they're going into the city, then the episode's gonna end right after that, and we're gonna get a bunch of answers next episode. But then there was like 5 to 6 minutes after that, which is very interesting, because normally I'm used to the main plot being resolved like pretty close to the end of the episode when it's 22 minutes, but since Amphibia usually resolves things in half that time, that left them a little more time at the end to really wrap things up, to have Anne and Marcy catch up, to establish this new city and some of its characters, and to foreshadow some things that are probably coming next episode. So that was actually a very smart way to handle it. I can tell that, you know, whenever they make a double length episode, they don't do it for no reason. They do it to like really make it important and make use of the time that they have, which shows that the writers know what they're doing and that they have something special planned in mind. So I always appreciate that. One of the theories I've had is that when Anne, Marcy, and Sasha were transported to Amphibia, all the magical energy that was in the Calamity Box maybe went into them. Because you remember that book that Hop Hop was looking at, it said the Calamity Box had the potential for destruction. So maybe that's what the King of Newtopia wants. He wants that power for himself, but we can clearly see that it's not in the box itself anymore, or at least it can't be accessed. So maybe the power is in all 3 of them, or maybe once they're combined that they can open it, because we've seen throughout the series now brief glimpses of Anne's eyes glowing blue, and like in the new intro for season 2, her sword glows blue. So maybe the power is in all of them and they need that to do some evil plan. And then of course the robots are probably going to come into it again, maybe kind of a potential spoiler that I've gotten for the season finale, but I have no idea what these spoilers could mean until I actually get there, which makes me so impatient to get there now. And that also makes me wonder where Grimes and Sasha come into it. Like, are they gonna, you know, maybe have to team up with Anne and the others in order to take down the King of Newtopia, that then they will become the bad guys, the main bad guys after that? I don't know, we gotta wait. God, there's so much to look forward to and so much we have to wait. Yeah, I could probably keep rambling on, but this video is going to be so long already, so I'm just going to stop there. I loved this episode. I loved Marcy so much. I can't wait to see more of her. I'm so excited for all the things that have been set up for future episodes, and I really, really, really cannot wait to see what happens next. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. What did you think of this episode? What are some episodes you're really looking forward to me reacting to the rest of this season? Whatever it is, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comments and let me know what you think. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Also be sure to check out my other videos. It really does mean a lot. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for Amphibia Season 2, Episode 7.